Hey guys, Miss Esna here. Today we're going to be looking at Topic 1, Lesson 9's Example 1 and try it. Okay, so hopefully this was assigned to you on Pearson. This is the Example 1 and try it. So this is going to be Part 1. Example 1 from Lesson 1.9 has two parts. Okay, so the first part is talking about a barrel that is losing water. Okay, and losing would indicate that this problem is going to start with a negative number. So it's losing, it says, 3 gallons, or I'm sorry, negative 3 and 3/5 gallons of water, okay, during a 6-minute time frame, okay? So that means we're losing water, okay? So if we're losing, it's going to be negative. Okay, we're losing 3 and 3/5 of a gallon in 6 minutes. Okay, so that's where our problem starts. And if you want a visual for this problem, go ahead and look at that example 1 video. All right, but I'm going to walk you guys through the step-by-step math of dividing fractions because it's probably been a little while since you've had some practice with this. Okay, so my step 1, okay, I'm going to change this mixed number, okay, and it's mixed because it has a whole number and a fraction piece attached. So I'm going to say we want to change this to an improper fraction. Okay, and guys, I forgot to mention at any point in this video, if you want to pause and work through the problem on your own, feel free to stop and pause as I go through step by step. So I'll take a minute and pause in between each step too. All right. So my first step is going to be change to an improper fraction. So I have this mixed number. Okay. Now, if we don't remember how to change a mixed number to an improper fraction, this is step 1. We're going to take our denominator and we are going to multiply by the whole number. Okay. So I have 3 times 5. So my denominator times my whole number. And then I'm going to add my numerator, okay, because I'm showing those fraction pieces, I have to add the 3/5, okay, to the whole number of fifths, okay. So when I do that, I'm going to have 5 times 3, which is going to be 15, plus positive 3, which is going to be 18, okay. Now I can't forget about my negative. I'm going to bring that down here, all right, negative 18 fifths, okay, and my fifths will not change. All right, and I'll bring the rest of the problem down too. So now we have divided by 6, okay? Now remember, I'm dividing the number of gallons by the number of minutes, okay, that are being lost in this problem. So now I have negative 18 fifths divided by 6, okay? Step 2, if you have a whole number, you are going to put it over a 1, okay, because 6 divided by 1 is the same as 6, all right, so if you divide 6 by 1, you are still going to have 6, so this is totally a legal math move, okay, so 6 over 1 is the same as 6. So step 2, whole number over 1, okay, so we're going to put a whole number over 1. Okay, that's step 2. Okay, our third step, and some of you guys have had teachers who have used this acronym before, we are going to now do KCF. Okay, so we are going to keep, change, and flip different parts of this problem, okay? And I'm going to check each one off as I go because this is going to be step 3 and it's got a couple mini parts to it. Okay, so step 3 is K, C, F, okay? Have to be careful not to say KFC, keep, change, flip, okay? So when I do that, I'm going to keep my first fraction. I'm going to keep negative 18 fifths, okay? My inverse operation of division, or my opposite operation, is going to be multiplication. I'm going to change the operation. So the opposite, again, or the inverse of division is going to be multiplication. Okay, and then the last step, I did my keep, did a change, and now I have to flip. Okay, so I am going to flip the 6 over 1 to find its reciprocal. Okay, and a reciprocal means that you are switching the numerator and denominator. So then the reciprocal, okay, and when the numerator and denominator switch for this one, it's going to be 1/6. Okay, so I'm going to flip the numerator and denominator. I'm going to flip those. Okay? And now, when I multiply, I don't have to change my denominators or my numerators. I don't have to find equivalent fractions, okay, or the same denominator. I can just multiply straight across. Okay, so step 4, all right, and I'm going to put this down here. Step 4, you're going to multiply. Okay, step 4, you're going to multiply. So over here, I'm going to do -18 multiplied by 1, and anything times 1 would be the same number, so I'm going to have -18. Okay, and I'm keeping my negative, and then I'm going to multiply 5 by 6, and I'm going to get 30. All right, and that would be my answer for this specific problem. Okay, now we're almost done, but I do want to slide over and just simplify this problem a little bit more, okay, because Pearson often on its assignments are going to say simplify. Okay, so step 5, and I'm going to slide over a little more. Step 5, we have to simplify. Okay, now by simplify, we have to make this fraction an equivalent fraction as small as it can be made. Okay, so if I look at 18 and 30, I want a number that will go into each of these evenly, which means I need a factor that will fit into both of these evenly. Okay, I could try 2 or 3, okay, but my biggest common factor is going to be 6. So I'm going to divide by 6 on the numerator, and whatever I divide the numerator by, I have to also divide the denominator by. Okay, so that way it's still equivalent. We're going to divide by the same number. Okay, if I have -18 divided by 6, I have -3. And if I divide 30 by 6, I'm going to have 5. Okay, so -3/5 is my smallest and simplest fraction after I take 6 out of 18 and 6 out of 30. Okay, so now I'm going to put it all back together because I have my original problem up here with all of my work to my answer down here. Okay, so I'm going to slide over just a little bit more so we have a little bit more room. Okay, and if I look at this problem again, I have -3 3/5 gallons of water. Okay, and again, we're starting with the negative because we're losing those gallons, divided by 6 minutes. Okay, and we would have an answer of -3/5 of a gallon per minute. Okay, we are losing 3/5 of a gallon per minute, or -3/5 per minute. Okay, just make sure that you remember those units at the end. All right, and here is my full answer. Okay, for the second part of the example 1.9 and try it for part 2, go ahead, check out that second video. All right, thanks guys.